You know, there are guys out there that are better for you than Eric. Guys that are real, for one thing.
You really think there's a guy out there for me?
Out there. In here.
Oh, really?
Sure.
Did that one kid have opposable toes?
You're weird, but I like you.
Gee, Kim, is that your boyfriend out there running like a sick chicken?
Yeah, that's my guy.
KP!
Ron, I couldn't save the world without you.
Kim Possible is my favorite Disney series of all time. I watched Kim Possible many times, and my opinion about this show has not changed over time. I liked it when I was a kid, and I liked it now. Maybe I appreciate this show even more in the present. But what hasn't changed since then is the reason why I'm doing the analysis right now. Yes, it's about the relationship between the two main characters, Kim and Ron. And I will begin, perhaps, with a discussion about one of the common tropes from friends to lovers. The trope from friends to lovers. I really appreciate this popular plotline where friends become lovers over time. And I dare say it was Kim and Ron who caused this. And why not? In such relationships, we see how feelings gradually grow, based on a solid foundation and understanding of which person is next to you. However, using this popular trope, one should not forget about the individuality and depth of the characters. Otherwise, we will get a lot of boring stories about how a couple loved each other, but could not admit for no other reason but just because. Using the example of Kim and Ron, we immediately understand how much the authors were passionate about developing the main characters. This applies both to their individual qualities and to their interactions. Kim and Ron are well-written characters. Kim is a popular cheerleader, a world-famous hero, a hard worker, and a person who wants everything to be perfect. She is aware of her status and often worries about small things. Ron is the exact opposite of Kim. He's a clumsy, goofy guy who usually doesn't really care what people think of him. In addition, he tends to ignore his mental and physical abilities. It would seem that, how can two such different people spend time together, be friends, and even fall in love? But it's simple. Apart from the differences, Kim and Ron have some things in common. They are kind people who strive to help even those who do not deserve it. They both have low self-esteem, and it's easier for them to praise each other than themselves. After all, they are fighting verse, as evil guys together, spending time watching movies and give each other some advice about life. Complementing each other, Kim and Ron complement each other perfectly. Ron is able to help her come down from heaven to earth and give the opportunity to relax, and Kim, in turn, can support him when other people doubt his abilities. One of the key points related to this couple is that for first seasons, the authors did not focus on their possible romance. For a long time, there was not even a hint of such a possibility, and that's great. Because, even though I love watching a good romantic story, I've never liked it when romance takes up almost all the timing, leaving other important storylines in the shade. They didn't do that to Kim and Ron. We can praise the authors for providing logical reasons why the characters could not immediately start dating. For a long time, Kim was heavily dependent on other people's opinions and tried to maintain her status. Besides, she was a teenager, and at that age, people often fall in love primarily with looks, and Ron understood that. After many years of friendship, he calmly accepted his status as just a friend and was afraid of any changes. However, it is worth noticing that although Kim did not even perceive Ron as a guy for a long time, she ironically fell in love with those who even remotely reminds of Ron. Josh Mankey is a creative guy with specific tastes, just like Ron. Hirotaka is a guy who can fight and loves attention from the ladies, just like Ron. Even Eric, in fact, was an improved version of Ron, devoid of all his flaws. She was always attracted to her best friend, even if she didn't admit it to herself. Several times during the show, Kim got upset, angry, or even jealous when Ron flirted with other girls, thought about them, or even spent time with them. She never told him about Tara's feelings for him and only told, when it was too late. In one episode, she even tried to hint to him that he should perceive her as a girl. On the other hand, Ron seemed to be trying to find his soulmate among the girls who were the opposite of Kim. Both Amelia and Bonnie showed interest for the guy only, when it was beneficial to them, and he didn't mind. Later was Zeta, a girl who enjoys video games, and video games are one of those things that Kim is not close to. Well, how can you forget Yori? From the very beginning, the girl showed great respect for Ron, but sometimes she exalted him too high, as if refusing to notice his weaknesses. Unlike Kim, Ron was much more likely to prefer an easier and more relaxed relationship. This behavior could be related to attempts to stifle their true feelings. After all, Ron still showed a little jealousy towards Josh, although at the same time he supported Kim in her relationship with him. However, everything changed with the arrival of Eric. Ron couldn't stay calm anymore, seeing his friend moving away from him. He couldn't hide his jealousy anymore. All of this made him realize that he didn't want to see Kim in a relationship with another guy. He doesn't want to lose her. And now, I want to share my personal opinion. I don't think Kim was really in love with Eric. Even before his appearance in the movie, it was subtly hinted that Kim was waiting for Ron to make the next move. She wasn't upset that she can go to the prom with Ron. No, she was upset that she could go to the prom with just a friend. After the events with the modulator, she clearly remembered that Ron did not want to date her. But at the same time, the girl knew that he enjoyed kissing her and her black.
I felt like dressing up. You don't mind, do you?
Deep down, she hoped she still had a chance. In the Bad Boy episode, she clearly hinted at a date with him. However, Ron, as is often the case with him, did not understand the hints. After these failures, it was a logical decision for Kim to try a relationship with Eric, who immediately became interested in her romantically. Interestingly, after Eric turned out to be a fake, Ron finally took risk, decided to make changes in his life, and indirectly confessed his feelings. Kim was surprised, but at the same time delighted by his words. This is exactly what she's been dreaming about for so long. His confession instantly gives her the confidence to fight. And after the fight, Kim herself invites Ron to go to the prom, she hugging him during the dance, and most importantly, she is the first to reach for a kiss. It would seem that this could be a great moment to end their story. However, we were given the opportunity to watch them for one last season as a couple. Without stupid melodrama, cheating, or breakups, Kim and Ron's romance is not just one of the healthy examples, but also demonstrates how a loved one can positively influence a partner. They both try to become better for each other, but at the same time they accept each other's. Their relationship is based on absolute trust. Kim may be jealous at times, but she knows that Ron is not cheating on her. Ron can do stupid things, but when his girlfriend needs him, he will definitely help her. As a result, we see that Kim and Ron are a fairly simple case, where friendship gradually develops into love. The authors did not try to present this relationship as something big and powerful. No, it's just a kind of relationship that can resonate with many people. Perhaps this is one of the reasons why people still like this couple, and maybe that's one of the reasons I like this couple, too.